Hello, everyone. Welcome to our exploration of biology, the science of life. Let me begin with a simple thought. Have you ever noticed what happens if a plant is kept in complete darkness for several days? Slowly, it withers and dies. Or think about yourself, how weak you feel if you skip food for a long time. Why does this happen? The answer lies in life processes. These are the essential functions like nutrition, respiration, transport, and excretion that every living being must carry out to survive. All organisms constantly exchange matter and energy with their environment. Without this, life cannot continue. Now, compare this with a car. It also takes in fuel and gives out waste gases, but it cannot grow, reproduce, or repair itself. That's why it isn't alive. Life processes, in fact, are the very things that separate living beings from non-living objects around us. So, how exactly do we know something is alive? The most fundamental clue is metabolism. Metabolism is the sum of all chemical reactions happening in an organism, and this never occurs in non-living things. Even a tiny unicellular organism like amoeba shows nutrition, respiration, and reproduction, just like complex animals. Think about a small cut on your skin. Within a few days, it heals automatically. That's your body's life processes in action. Interestingly, these basic processes are conserved across all species, from bacteria to humans, showing us the unity of life. Notice this chart comparing living versus non-living things. Living organisms show growth, metabolism, reproduction, and responsiveness, while non-living things do not. Isn't it fascinating how these common processes connect all life forms? Now, let's ask another question: what powers these processes? The answer is energy. Every living organism requires energy to stay alive and perform life processes. Plants capture sunlight and convert it into chemical energy through photosynthesis. Animals, including us, obtain this energy by consuming plants or other animals. For example, when you run, your body cells burn glucose to release energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the energy currency of life. Without a continuous supply of this energy, cells cannot function and life comes to a halt. Look at this diagram of the ATP cycle. Food is broken down, releasing ATP, which in turn powers processes like movement, growth, and repair. Isn't it amazing that every single action, from blinking your eyes to solving a math problem, runs on this biological energy? To get energy, organisms need nutrition. But what exactly is nutrition? It is the process of intake and utilization of food to obtain energy and materials for growth and repair. Different organisms follow different modes of nutrition. Plants are autotrophs, they prepare their own food through photosynthesis. Animals and fungi are heterotrophs, they depend on others for food. Think about when you eat rice or chapati. These foods provide carbohydrates that break down into glucose, the fuel for your cells. On a larger scale, nutrition is the foundation of entire ecosystems. Plants, through photosynthesis, form the base of all food chains, supporting herbivores, carnivores, and beyond. Observe this food chain diagram. Plants provide food to herbivores, which are then eaten by carnivores. The chain begins with nutrition at its core. This is why nutrition is called the gateway of energy into life. Now that food has entered the system, how does the body release energy from it? This happens through respiration. Respiration is the process of breaking down glucose to release usable energy. This occurs in three major steps. First, glycolysis in the cytoplasm, then the Krebs cycle in the mitochondrial matrix, and finally the electron transport chain in the inner mitochondrial membrane. Imagine holding your breath for a while. You'll soon feel discomfort. That's because your cells are starved of oxygen and can't carry out aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration releases a large amount of energy, while anaerobic respiration, when oxygen is limited, produces much less. That's why athletes breathe heavily after running. Their muscles demand more oxygen for energy release. Notice this diagram of respiration. Glucose is converted into ATP, carbon dioxide, and water. Isn't it extraordinary how this invisible chemical process keeps us alive every single second? Life processes are not just about getting energy, they also require transport and waste removal. Transport systems move essential materials across the body. In plants, xylem carries water and phloem transports food. In humans, blood circulation delivers oxygen, nutrients, and hormones everywhere. Equally important is excretion, the removal of harmful metabolic wastes. In humans, kidneys filter blood, removing nitrogenous wastes like urea. Even sweating during summer is an excretory process. It removes water and salts while also cooling the body. And remember, waste products of one organism often return to the environment, completing nutrient cycles. Here is a diagram of the human excretory system: kidneys, ureters, bladder, and urethra, all working to maintain internal balance. This balance is what makes life sustainable. So, let's now tie everything together. Life processes, nutrition, respiration, transport, and excretion are not separate events. They form an interconnected web that keeps organisms alive. Just like a city depends on electricity, transport, and waste management, a living body depends on its life processes to function smoothly. Every bite of food you eat, every breath you take, every drop of sweat on your skin, all are living proof that these processes are at work inside you right now. From the tiniest bacterium to the largest animal, the same fundamental processes sustain life, showing the unity and beauty of biology. Isn't it incredible that such simple processes build the foundation for all of life on Earth? I hope you now appreciate how intricate and perfectly coordinated life processes are. Biology truly is the science of life. Until next time, when we'll dive deeper into one of these processes, nutrition, and uncover more wonders of the living world.